Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be playing around with some Botania. Alright, so as you see around me, there's a few different flowers, and I'm going to show you how to get those flowers. Because you may be wondering, well, these don't just spawn out here. But you're right. What you're going to need is you're going to need some floral pink powder and some bone meal and some yellow dye. There's also a few other ways to get it, but I'm going to show you what you need. You're going to need this Floral Fertilizer. So we can go ahead and search floral and see exactly how to make it. If you use Botania's dyes, you get more. So once you get started in Botania, it becomes a little bit easier to get this fertilizer, but at first you only get one per dye. But you can use bone meal to get these two dyes. And then also living root, and I don't think that's an item that's obtainable through like the overworld if it wasn't a flat world like this. But I'll show you exactly what it does. So I have a little bit here. You take it, you throw it down, and you get some Botania flowers just like that, which is pretty sweet. It helps us get started in Botania. And what we need to do is we need to harvest all these flowers. So I'm going to harvest all these and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you can see, all of our flowers are here that I collected off of our platform. And we need to make a few things. First of all, we need to make a petal apothecary, which is pretty simple to make. Let's go. Petal apothecary. You just need some cobblestone, and you need one mystical white flower. And the mystical white flower is easy to get. You just throw one of the flowers in a crafting grid, and you get one. I already have one here. We're also going to need some water. So let's go ahead and head down. We're going to need some water buckets. 2 of them to be exact. Let's head back up and figure out somewhere to kind of start Botania. And I think right here would be a pretty decent spot. So what I'm going to do is have my water source. Let's see, I think I can just do it right here. As it starts to rain, it's awesome. Alright, so we have our water source here. We can go ahead and put our petal apothecary here, and that should be great. Alright, so first things first. Let's see what we need to make a... Let's go ahead and check out Botania. Alright, so once we have those few steps realized, we need to get ourselves the Lexica Botania. I guess I'll have to search it. Alright, so we're going to need a book and we're going to need a sapling. So we'll head back down. We'll get one sapling, and we should have a book somewhere. Oh, maybe I just have to make one. Do we have this stuff? No, we do have this. Alright, so in a crafting grid, you just throw these two things together and you get yourself a Lexica Botania. Pretty neat little book. When you open it up, we get ourselves some achievements. So let's go ahead and head back up here. Alright, so it says, welcome to Botania. Congratulate you on the fine choice of strapping a sapling and a book together, or just find this in some chest, whichever applies. Alright, so we're going to navigate through this book, and we're going to go through Botania a little bit. And I hope you guys are ready for that. Alright, so we need to go back. And I don't want to do that. Okay. So the basics of Botania. We are not doing the Garden of Glass, so, which would be really cool, but we're not doing that. Alright, so we've already created a Lexica Botania. We've found out a way to get mystical flowers. We've done the petal apothecary. Now we need to make a pure daisy. Alright, so the thing with the pure daisy, we are going to make a pure daisy and then we're going to automate its process today. So, pure daisy, as you can see, it is 4 mystical white petals and they all go in a petal apothecary. And we're also going to need a seed. I wonder if it says that. It does not. Shift to stop the animation. Okay. It says white is bright and pure. Few blocks, water and snow. It says this includes, it can change netherrack into cobblestone, change soul sand into sand, ice into packed ice, and water into snow. I didn't know that. I know something new every day. Alright, so we're going to have to figure out how to use the petal apothecary. So I do know we need some seeds. I guess we'll have to go get some. Alright. So we'll take all these seeds. We'll just fly up here. It's not as loud. Alright, we got our seeds. And we're going to need some white. We only have 2. So we'll have to make 2 more, which just requires 1. So we have our 4, and we just need some water. So let's take our petal apothecary, fill it up with water, place our 4 petals in there by hitting Q. It shows we have 4, gives us an animation, and it says plus a seed. And we now have a pure daisy. Awesome. Alright, so now that we have this pure daisy, we can get some. Do we not have any logs? I'm pretty sure we have some. Yeah, we do. Get some oak logs, and we'll get some stone. And we'll place this pure daisy. Let's see, where is our. Okay, so it's there. So we can do it over here. This is fine. We are going to set this up right about here. So we'll set that there. And we'll place our wood here. We'll place some stone here to get started. And if we wait a little bit, this will all convert into Livingwood and Livingrock, which is 2 things we need. Now this process is manual for right now, but I know a way of automating it. This video may be a little bit longer than my latest videos, but this mod needs a lot of explaining. So we are going to get into Steve's Factory Manager. Alright, so we're going to need a few things. Alright, now we should be good to go. Block gate. Should have 8 of those. And we have an inventory cable, and we have this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get us some barrels. Or chests. I think we should go with some chests. Or actually, we can go with barrels. So we already have a few. 4 barrels. That should be enough. Okay, so let's get this planned out. We need to go ahead and clear this out, and as you can see, it's turned to Livingwood and Livingrock. So we need to make a platform down here. And doing this by hand is going to be pretty slow. I'll be right back after I get this dug out. Alright, so I have this dug out, and all I laid down was my inventory cable, which we crafted a minute ago. And it left me with 1 inventory cable, which is perfectly fine. That's all I needed. Now I can take our barrels and place them down so they show up, just like that. And right here we'll place our inventory manager, which is perfect, just like so. And then we're going to need these block gates on top. Just like that. As you can see right here, these have a cool little shape on them. But if you shift click and you click on it, it gets rid of that. What this is doing is it automatically places 2 blocks high. So whenever you click on this, it's going to fix that and place only 1 block high. This would be useful if you had these underground. That way they're hidden. Pretty sure that you can place them under this block and they will place a block above it, which is pretty useful. And then our daisy will go right in the middle, just like that. And we should be good to go. Let's get this thing configured. Okay, so here's where things start becoming difficult, and I'm going to explain everything to you. So I'll place our wood and our stone in these two and lock it. So now that these are here, we're going to try and get this to create living stone and living wood. So let's go into the details of this bad boy. Alright, so first thing is we need to create some containers. So we're going to create a container, and we're also going to need to create another container. Or create variables, sorry, not containers. Okay, in the first, it needs to be white. And then in the second variable, it needs to be orange. And then we need to go back to the white and make sure that we have the block gates that we want to control to be used. We want to make sure that it is in this one. So what we need to do is find out which ones I want. So I'm going to make these variables control this barrel and use wood. So I want this to be on the outside. So I need to look, and as you can see under my mini-map, it tells you the coordinates right there. So I have negative 211 and 269, and then I have 213 and 269. So if I remember those numbers, I can go back in here and select those. Actually, let's go ahead and move this over so we can see it better. So we have 211, 270. We need 211, 269. And I think it was 213, 269. Make sure those are selected. So now we know that. We'll double check. 211, 13. And then I want these done as well. So we have 271, 213, and 211. We'll go back into the container, and these are going to be the ones that are under 71. So there's 71. And let me double check what this one is. 271, 271. I'm looking for my 71. Okay, so there's 171, 70, 69. Okay, here's some more 71s. It's a 13 and 12. We need 13. 13 and 11. Okay, so now that these are all selected, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, so those are selected, telling it's just letting the variables know that that's the ones it needs to control. And we're working on the wood right now. So with these two variables being white and orange, we can go ahead and create ourselves a trigger. It's basically just going to activate that. Then we're going to need to create a for each loop. We'll go ahead and hook the trigger up to it, and then right here it'll show you for each white variable, it'll automatically. This basically says, let me try and explain this a little bit. Okay, so the orange variable is hooked to the white variable, so whenever we select the orange variable, it will select all these containers. That's basically what it's doing. When we select this orange, the orange is hooked to the white whenever we use this. And so instead of us selecting each individual block every time, we can just use these variables, which works a lot better. and this is set up for this one. We're going to change these for our next one. After we've done this, we need to create a condition. This condition is basically going to say if so-and-so block is on this gate, then we need to do a certain task. So we're going to go ahead and tell it we need it to be hooked to the orange variable, which is these gates, which is controlling those gates. Then we're going to need to say, since we're working with the inventory, we need to activate it up, and then we're going to go if any, and then select the item Livingwood. It's really slow, the inventory selection is. So we'll select that, then we're going to right click, and we need to change this to match all. Alright, so this part is done. Now we have a, if it is false, if this detects that there is no Livingwood there, so false, we need to go ahead and create an input. So it inputs it, and then an output. So where's it going? We'll go ahead and connect these together. Alright, in our input, we need to select the inventory. So let's find out which one the wood will go into. It'll go into this barrel, and then our location is 213, 268. So let's find that inventory. Or actually, this needs to be input into our it needs to be input the condition, if false, input. Okay, no, it needs to, yeah, it needs to be input into our variable. The item needs to be oak. Oak wood, and we need to specify 1. If I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I can change it. Specify the target up, and then that should be good for that one. Then our output, okay, our input needs to be selecting the inventory, so it does not need to be the variable. It needs to be the barrel. Okay, so it needs to be 2 or negative 210, 268. Our inventory, 210, 268. Right there. Alright, so it's going to pull from that inventory. Alright, and then it's going to place into our variable. Once this is set, it should work. Just like that. So now that we have this set up, it's already starting to convert it. So if it does detect that there is Livingwood, we need to set something up for that. Alright, so let's hook this up. And this is a little bit complicated, but it's definitely useful. Alright, for our inventories again, we need to input, and this needs to be from our variable this time. And it is basically saying if true, then we select our target. If true, and this needs to be Livingwood. If it's true, if it's Livingwood. And I don't think we have to select anything on this one. If true, Livingwood, output to our chest. And we need to find out what chest we want it to output to. And I think it's this one. So negative 213 and 100. So find the inventory, negative 213, and then it was 100, I think. Negative 213. Is there another negative? It's this one. Okay. Activate up. and it's automatically going to place it in there. And there we go. Now we have Livingwood. We can go ahead and lock this up. Alright, so since we have this done, we can go ahead and speed up the process. Now that we already know what's going on here, we're going to create 2 more variables. Alright, and these variables are going to control the stone. Alright, so let's change our container color to purple. And this one needs to be changed to the light blue. And then back in this one, we are going to select all the containers that are not in this variable. So as you can see, these are selected here. We're going to select the ones that are not in this. And that should give us the ones we need. Alright, just like that. Our Livingwood's already going crazy. So, we'll go again and create a trigger for this one. And then we'll create another for each loop. But on this for each loop, we need to change this from purple to blue. Simple, that's all you need to do. Alright, and then again, we are going to create a condition. Basically, this condition is going to say if it's in this blue, light blue, you need to find the target, and then we're going to do if any, and living stone. Or if any, living rock. And then make sure to set that to match all. And then that one's done. And then we're going to do 2 more inputs and outputs. Just like this. Select that. And then we can also pull this down and just follow the same steps. So instead of it being this barrel, we're going to need to change it to the one that we actually want it to be, which is this one, which is 211 and 268. So we'll find the 211 wherever it's at. 211, that one right there. You can see it's a different inventory. Set the target to up, activate, and then we are going to set the item to if it is Livingrock, or at Livingstone, Livingrock, okay, Livingrock. We need to specify it to 1, and then go back, and then it's going to be output into our variable. So select our variable, target up. Once we do this, should place it. Let's see, let's make sure. Target. Go back in here in our inventory. It was variable, target up. Should be no items selected. So it should be working. Unless I have my inventories messed up. This right here, -11. Okay. It's showing something, adjacent blocks. This should be the one right here. And is it not pulling from it? Let's check again. Okay. Make sure our variables are set up properly. Okay, that's set up properly for each. I think the condition was that. if any. Okay, so that's correct. This should be working. I just think my inventory, something's not working right. Specified the amount, exactly what I did, and then output. Need to output to my variable. Select my target is up. Alright, so something's not working here. Alright, let's check this out. Let's make sure that I have these selected right. So we have -1269. Alright, I'll be right back after I figure this out. Alright, so I think I figured this out. Alright, so I may have had my variables out of whack, but I did get it to work. I just made sure these were all in the proper location and went back over, filled my barrels, made sure these were in the proper location. It did help. I put cobblestone on top of these so I can identify what's what. That also helped, because whenever you hold shift over the variable, you can see what items are above it. You can see there's Livingrock and there's that above it. So that helped out a lot. Alright, I'm going to finish up making these conditions so I can receive those blocks, and then we'll be good to go. I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, it is now working properly, just like I wanted it to. So I went ahead and named these. Alright, so right here we have our Livingwood, and it is set up right here as a white, and the containers are set up properly, and you can scroll down, there's some more down here. I went ahead and named them. You can name them by clicking T and then typing it in and then hitting the save button up here. And we have officially created automation, or automated this Britannia system right here. I'm using Steve's Factory Manager, and which is pretty nice. So this will, if I just feed this right here, it will of course continue to make this. Using no power, anything like that. It's just all automated. And that's good to go. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. I know this video was a long one, so if you did enjoy it and you found this very useful, just let me know and down in the comments below. And if there's anything you think I should improve on, please leave a comment down below as well. I love suggestions. And as always, thanks for watching.